That makes sense to you? Who cares about the degrees? The greatest teacher is God. God does not have doctorate degrees. Those are all man-made. So God does not call the qualified. God instead qualifies the called. And what do you need to understand this? You have to have the wisdom. Oh, I erased it. Remember the gift of wisdom that Solomon asked for, Second Book of Kings. King Solomon asked for the wisdom, gift of wisdom, for a new mind, gift of discernment. That's what you and I need. You have to be able to hear the calling. And if you can hear the calling of God, God will qualify you. Okay? Materials. I hope you like the lesson. Exodus 34, Moses and his radiant face. Have you been to Rome? Anyone here has been to Rome? Just the two of us? Okay. If you go to Rome, you'll see a Michelangelo's statue of Moses. The statue of Moses carrying the tablets, and he had horns. Like Satan. He had horns. This Michelangelo did that. You know why? Because of Exodus 34. In Exodus 34, if you look at the second paragraph of 34, 29 to 35, commentary 34, 29 to 35, second paragraph, Moses' face shone. The Hebrew word is karan. You see that? The Hebrew word karan means to shine or to be radiant. That's why in the title they say, Moses and his radiant face. When you see the face of God, your face shines. The Hebrew word for that is karan. Now, it is also similar to keren. Karan is to shine, to be radiant. Keren means horn. Means horn. Hence, St. Jerome's translation in the Vulgate, and his face turned with bright horns. You see? You will only hear this here. If you really study verse by verse. That's why Michelangelo, see, it's right here. I didn't even notice. Michelangelo, for example, gave his famous statue of Moses two bright lights, one on each side of his forehead. Actually, that's wrong because it was not Keren, it was Karan. So his face should have been radiant. St. Paul refers to this episode to show the radical superiority of the new covenant and the apostolic ministry. Remember, Exodus is from the Old Testament. Is that clear? That's the message of the first reading. God can turn you into radiant being if you meet Him. Psalm 99, Sanctus, Sanctus, Sanctus. Now you know why I put it there earlier. Gospel of Matthew 13, the hidden treasure and the pearl. I gave you that. Inspiring articles. The paradox of holiness and communion. Underline, to be holy is to be set apart. That should be underlined. To be holy is to be set apart. You know that song? Set apart for you. Next, to be in communion is to be in solidarity with one another. Are you engaged in the life of others? What does it mean to be engaged in the life of others? You have to be concerned about others' faith, F-A-T-E. You have to be concerned about others' welfare. In other words, don't be selfish. Understand? Have you met people who are only concerned about themselves? You know, if you work, you probably hear some people say, "Oh, that's not my problem." Have you heard people say that? That's a very bad thing to say. From our perspective. Aren't we on this together? How can it be my problem? Should it be our problem? So look at this paradox of holiness and communion. Then the inner life of God. This is so beautiful. I don't know if you have read this. If you haven't, you have your copy, please read that. This is where I took many of the things I talked about during the workshop or Holy Trinity. Fatherhood in the family. Quote for this week. Silence in the face of evil is itself evil. God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act. You know what that means? If you see evil and you don't say anything, then you're part of that evil. Have you talked about abortion? Abortion is evil per se. If you are quiet and silent about it, then you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. Apologetics. When I decided to write this list, I thought about how it has changed, even in the past years. If I were to write this list 10 years ago, I would probably pull these items. I like what Archbishop Fulton Sheen said. There are not many Catholics who leave the church for the right reason. But so many hundreds of thousands of Catholics leave the church because of misconception, because of things they thought the church teaches, but it's not true. And this is the list here. Do we worship Mary? Huh?
No.
Of course not. Mary is just a human being. He's just a creature just like you and me. But she had special favor. She enjoys very special favor from God. Catholics believe non-Catholics are going to hell. That's not true. That's not true. Many Catholics will go to hell. From the looks of it, we cannot judge. Catholics believe the Pope cannot sin. That's not true either. The Pope can sin. The Pope is only a human being, like you and me again. You understand? So these are common misconceptions. These are myths about the church. Purgatory no longer is a Catholic doctrine. False. It is. Catholics were told not to read the Bible. False. We read the Bible. Well, do you? I hope you do.
So, when we say Hail Mary, what are we doing?
We're glorifying Jesus. Look at the end of it. See the end of it? Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. Who? Jesus. We give honor to the Blessed Mother, but we don't worship her. We just give her honor. God gives Mary honor. Why can't we? Why can't you and I give her honor? God does. St. John the Baptist lived in the womb of his mom. Right? Remember the 3-month visit of Mary to her cousin Elizabeth? So read this, okay? This apologetics for this week. Have you heard people say the Catholic Church is not modern, updated? Look at number 1 here, the last page. That the Catholic Church is stuck in the past and needs to be updated to reach modern world. So we can allow gay marriage, we can allow gay priests and gay nuns. That's nonsense. Good news. Isaiah 55, invitation to partake of the banquet. Second paragraph of the commentary should be highlighted. A call for conversion. Second paragraph of the commentary. A call for conversion. A call to take advantage of the salvific gifts so generously offered by God. What does God say? Come to the waters, come to me, seek the Lord. So that should be highlighted. A call for conversion, a call to take advantage of the salvific gifts offered generously. I'll give you extra. Do you have time? It's okay, I'll give you extra. Okay. Can I erase this?